Chelsea 6 points back of Manchester United heading into this one. Been a strong start under Thomas Tuchel, has to be said. 0 losses in the 8 games played, 6 wins, 2 draws, and as you see, 6 clean sheets in those 8. You can't really pick at the results. You can maybe pick at the performances, Stevie. You can maybe pick at who they've played yet. Maybe haven't been fully tested. Certainly this Manchester United match figures to be that first big test.
Well, it certainly will be. And I think, unfortunately for Chelsea and Tuchel, the way they play is on the front foot. And Manchester United love to get a good line and then just counter against you. And that's what's going to happen in this game. And so really, for Chelsea to break United's dominance away from home, because they're unbeaten away from home. And that's why, because they're so good on the counter. But for them to break this United side, they're going to have to create. And they haven't been creating. Yes, they've been pretty solid at the back. Yes, they've had plenty of possession, but they haven't been able to break anybody down. And so, for me, this plays right into the hands of Manchester United. This has got Ole and Rashford on the break and Fernandes on the break. It's got it written all over it. I think this could be his first loss.
Really?
Yeah.
Craig, how do you see this game going? I would see it as a 0-0. You got Chelsea, who aren't giving up goals, and Manchester United that like to sit back. You think we get an exciting affair?
I think there's I think we'll see a possession game, as Stevie mentioned, and that'll be mainly from Chelsea. I mean, that's the way they've been doing it, particularly since Tuchel came in. In fact, it's been a little bit too much at times of just possession for possession's sakes. At times, they've looked as if they could carve 1 or 2 chances. In other games, they've looked as if they could be out there all day. Look, I agree. This is their biggest test. Atletico Madrid should have been their biggest test in midweek, but Simeone's tactics were horrendous, and Chelsea were really able to dominate and come away without really breaking much sweat. This is going to be a game where, whilst they have the ball, they're really going to have players who are thinking about the other side of the game. And that's going to be interesting to see what his team selection is going to be, because Stevie just laid it out for you there. This Man United team under Solskjaer, the one thing they've been really, really good at is just sitting back, getting a good shape, and then hitting with a nice long ball over the top or breaking with a bit of pace. And we'll see if Chelsea can handle that, because they haven't really played many teams that have been able to do it. They've played a lot of teams that have sat in and sat deep, but they've not played somebody who has the counter-attacking game of Man United. And I think that's going to be the reason it's going to be Chelsea's biggest test. I could see a draw in this game. I really could, because I think both sides are defensively decent. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see the team selection.
Mark, despite being well in control, Manchester United feel a really strong team in that second leg against Sociedad. They've got some other big doubts, Cavani, Van de Beek, McTominay as well. How much a worry is that for Solskjaer ahead of this match?
I think it is a concern, because although United were beaten away from home in the league now since January last year, they have lost a bit of momentum on the road recently. They drew at Leicester, they drew at Arsenal, drew at Liverpool, drew at West Brom, and I do think that there's a bit of vulnerability there. I never thought I'd say it, but I think Man United are missing Paul Pogba. I think that when he's not playing now, it all comes through Bruno Fernandes. They've only got one way to play, and I think teams have cottoned on to that. I think they know now which way United are going to go. Anthony Martial isn't performing. There's problems with David De Gea in goal. I just think that one or two problems have started to rear their head at United, and it's obvious. You stop Rashford, you stop Bruno Fernandes, and you stop Man United. So if Chelsea can do that, I think United's long unbeaten run in the Premier League could end this weekend at Stamford Bridge.
When you think of Tuchel, right, everything he's done is to try and get Chelsea forward to score goals. He's had like the blinkers on. It's all about going forward. Now he's got 3 defenders that the team Augie picked. There's no pace amongst the 3 of them. So for me, that's another reason. He's going to have the blinkers on. It's going to be about scoring goals, creating chances. And if there's a team that want you to try that, it's Manchester United.
All right,
was Zuma in your team, Augie?
Zuma, yeah.
Zuma, Rudiger and Azpilicueta were his back 3.
The reason I say that is because Christensen has played most of the big games, and also he's preferred Kovacic and Jorginho. But I just wonder, with Fernandes playing, whether Kante will come into the side and what he's going to do with Fernandes. That's going to be interesting.
I mean, he's played Zoom in the last couple of games, I think. And as you know, Craig, the Stamford Bridge pitch is very tight as well, so whether they'll try and squeeze United a bit and kind of frustrate Fernandes. But I just think that United are, they're living on the edge of it away from home at the moment, and that run will come to an end at some point. I just think this weekend, I think Chelsea have got the firepower to do it.
Here's a look at your odds for top 4 as we head to the critical part of the season. There's the Manchester United and Chelsea, despite the fact that Chelsea right now outside the top 4 are your favorites to make it in and join Manchester City in the Champions League spots. As far as the top 4, Craig, just how big a match is this?
Yeah, I mean, it is big. I mean, I do think United will get in the top 4, but at the end of the day, Solskjaer, I think, said himself a few days ago, look, we're not giving up. And I suppose he's got to say this, we're not giving up in the title race. But I think if that's the case, and I can understand that, you're always going to hope that there's going to be a slip somewhere from City. It looks unlikely. But they're going to, if that is the case, they're going to have to go to London and win. It's as simple as that. Because, we know City play early on Saturday, and it's against West Ham have been decent, but it's unlikely. So even if they do drop points, Man City, which is a big stretch, United are going to have to go to London and win this game if they've got any aspirations of just putting some sort of pressure on the team at the top.
Sounds like Craig might be picking a draw there. Mark, one word. Who do you got in this one?
Chelsea.
All right, Mark Ogden going with Chelsea. Stevie, one word prediction from you?
United.
Wow, really? Look at us. Divided right down the middle. One for draw, one for United, one for Chelsea.
United have to win this game.
Right.
If they don't win, a draw's no good to them. If they seriously want to have any sort of chance of the title, because
I mean, that's a very outside chance, even at this point.
So a point's no any good for them. No any good for them.
Yeah.
He once again, Sebi, he's come out the closet again as a United fan. That's he's even picking up the win now.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.